Hello everyone, this is Javamonk, and welcome to episode 6 of my adventure map construction series. So, in the previous episodes, we built up all the different major places, as well as all of the puzzles that go in each of those major places. So, this episode is, quite frankly, the most important, because the entire adventure map leads up to this moment, and that is the final boss fight. The reason why the map exists. And so if this final boss fight is not that great, then the whole adventure map is the quality of the whole adventure map is not going to be all that great. So the entire adventure map rests on this one episode. So because of the importance of this final boss fight, I gave it its own place. The end dimension. Now, the reason I chose the end dimension for this boss fight to occur is because it is pretty much empty, and I don't really have to worry about anything obstructing me. And I also don't have to worry about building any sort of arena or anything like that. So, first things first, we need to build up a bridge from this obsidian platform to the main end island. First things first, as established in episode 1 of this series, I removed the Ender Dragon, and I also removed all of the obsidian towers. Now, if you go through this end portal, then you will end up in the Earth Questmaker's office that leads up to this final boss fight, which I will build up later. But first off, the actual final boss fight. First off, we're going to have the Killer Bunny himself talking to the player and goading them on and basically making fun of them until it's the final showdown between the bunny and the player. This is going to be actually quite difficult because here we have where the obsidian towers used to be, and I gotta build up the dialogue command blocks underneath the end island, and also dodge the obsidian tower so that it doesn't break itself. This might be somewhat tough, because respawning the dragon is actually part of the final boss fight. So this here is the dialogue for summoning the first mini-boss before fighting the Killer Bunny. So first off, before you fight the Killer Bunny, you will be fighting all of the guards and sidekicks and things like that. So you're not going to immediately come into the end and start fighting the Killer Bunny. So first you're going to fight a wither named Guard Bob. And this guard just appears as a wither, and so you have a wither fight on your hands now. Once you kill Guard Bob, I'm going to need to detect that, and then have some more dialogue up here, and then the Killer Bunny comes back and summons some more guards, basically more backup before then summoning the dragon, and then actually killing the Killer Bunny. So, because of the way I have the dialogue displayers work, I need to go a bit of a roundabout way to actually detect that a wither has died, and also detect that, and also display the next bit of dialogue. So the way this works is the command block that was used back in episode 2 to detect how many players are online, I have the same system done to detect how many withers are alive. So what happens is, this dialogue comes through, and then it summons the wither, and it places a redstone block right here, which activates the command and would then disable this redstone torch. So then, once the wither dies, then this command block shuts off, this torch turns on, thus activating this, which destroys this redstone block, activates this, which places a redstone block right here, and this, which destroys this block right here, just to make sure that this doesn't activate again, even accidentally. So now we can continue with the rest of the dialogue. Actually, why would I need to do that Why would I need to remove this comparator, since this repeating command block works perfectly fine with detecting multiple withers at once? So let's see. If I spawn... Oops. Okay. If we summon Guard Bob here, just like that, that's not supposed to happen. Does it update the command block when it does that? Okay. Anyways, if I summon another wither, like this, then that should activate something. It's not working. Okay, meet King Wololo, one of the many mobs that you will end up fighting here. This comes after a fight with one wither and then a fight with two withers. So first you fight one wither, then two withers, and then you fight King Wololo. Now this isn't just any ordinary evoker. Right now he is, but I'm hoping to make it so that he can summon both Vexes and Vindicators. So right now he can summon Vexes. Or not. But he can summon these Fangs here. And I think instead of the Fangs, he should summon Vindicators. So let's see what this does here. So if I power this on, now if I do a /summon Evoker Fangs, okay, so it kills the Evoker Fangs and instead it activates the, instead it spawns a Vindicator, but for some reason it does it at the command block. Maybe instead of as, do execute at? Yep, okay, this works. So instead of summoning Evoker Fangs, it is now going to summon a Vindicator. Now, in this final boss fight, there is going to be two different mixtures of mobs that are all going to be fighting the player at the same time. This is after the fight with King Wololo. Now, one of those mobs is unfortunately completely hidden. It is called the Illusioner. So, this guy in the pajamas is actually a very dangerous mob. Let me just show you what he can do. Let me just give myself resistance, because he can never be too careful. Actually, let's do that. And now, let's hop into adventure mode, and we can see what sort of things that the Illusioner can do. So first off, he can, hold on, let's actually set it to hard mode. There we go. So first off, he can cast blindness on you. So this is actually actually part of the trivia in the trivia maze. One of the questions is about the blindness effect. So you can't sprint when you have the blindness effect, just a little Easter egg there. And also this guy shoots arrows. He also has this extra magical effect, which, let's just wait for him to actually make it there, like that. This is why it's called the Illusioner, because you just cannot tell which one's real and which one isn't. And it could be any of them. It could be any of them. In fact, I think the real Illusioner actually turns invisible. So, but the arrow actually comes from the Illusioner himself. So, let's see. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. And he turns himself invisible again. So, as you can see there, this is quite the boss fight. And this, now, having just one Illusioner is quite the task to deal with. Now, these, okay, let me just actually kill this Illusioner. Because Illusioners also have plenty of health. So, let's hop into creative, so that the Illusioner stop trying to fight. And where's the Illusioner? I can't see him. Let's kill him. So, having just one Illusioner is already kind of a big deal. But there's not just going to be one Illusioner. All of these command blocks here are to summon a mob for the first mixture of the boss fight. So the Killer Bunny summons all of them and says, let's see you try to win against that. So it summons 5 phantoms, 2 wither skeleton skulls, 2 wither skeletons, 3 strays, 4 illusioners, and 3 shulkers. Yeah, this is quite the fight. In fact, so first off, the strays, they throw slowness arrows. Plus you have the phantoms. Plus you have the illusioner's blindness. Although the mobs will will start fighting each other. So, and I'm sure a few of them might end up in the portal. Plus you have the... Yep, this is mostly going to become a mob versus mob kind of fight, but you still have shulkers that will attempt to hit you. So, you have the phantoms, you have the illusioners, you have wither skeletons, you have shulkers, you have pretty much everything. And yeah, this is pretty insane. The second mixture of various mobs that the player will be fighting, yeah, there's going to be 2 mixtures. The second mixture is far more dangerous than the first, and this is the second mixture. We have 4 magma cubes, 10 zombie pigmen, 3 illusioners, 4 blazes, and 5 drowns, all with tridents. So, if I just hop into... Okay, do I have the resistance? I do. Okay. Let's see just how dangerous this is. Because all of these pigmen actually... I set their anger to something quite large. So, first off, the magma cubes jumping on you is quite the threat. And, yeah. Oh, okay. So finally the pigmen realize that I exist. So now the pigmen are fighting me, the illusioners are fighting me, the magma cubes. Yeah, this is going to be quite the... This is going to have quite the insanity in it. And also, all of these drowns have tridents, just to make it that extra bit more fun. Which, those drowns actually do not drop their tridents. So, once again, it is going to be kind of still a mob fest where mobs are fighting each other, but there are still going to be... There's still going to be plenty of mobs for the player to fight. So, this is quite the insanity, and because these are magma cubes, they actually break up into the normal-sized magma cubes. So, thank goodness I have the emergency trident. Now, the cool part is that these magma cubes are, first off, they're killable, which is something that's usually missing when you have extremely large magma cubes. Is once they get too large, they become actually unkillable. And also, they break up into just as deadly magma cubes here as well. So, good luck with that. And it looks like I lost the trident to the void. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the dragon boss fight. So after fighting the second mixture of mobs and defeating all of them, you will then have a little bit of dialogue where the player goes, the Killer Bunny says, "You've defeated all my guards and minions. All you gotta do now is summon me down to you." And says you can do that with these 4 crystals, and then gives them 4 ender crystals, and then says, place them on the edges of the bedrock portal. So, first off, this is a trap. All it does is summon a dragon, and there's some more dialogue to come with that. And second, these 4 spots on the bedrock portal are actually open to you. So, you can unlock a secret advancement by placing 2 ender crystals here and here, diagonally opposite each other, because that will respawn the dragon using 2 crystals, and remarkably, it still works in 1.13. So, you can unlock you'll be able to unlock a challenge advancement if you do that with just 2 crystals. Now, if the challenge advancement for spawning the dragon with 2 crystals is unlocked, then I'm going to put in a system here so that you can spawn the dragon again once again using just 2 crystals, because I'm gonna open up the bedrock portal to that ability. And then that will unlock another challenge advancement, as well as it will allow for more mockery from the Killer Bunny. But then after all of that, we gotta actually bring in the fight against the Killer Bunny. Finally, it's time. So the fight against the Killer Bunny already is really nothing to sneeze at. This dude is powerful, but just 1 diamond sword will kill him instantly. And that's not exactly a boss fight. I can do much better than that. First off, that bunny needs to have a lot more health. Now this new Killer Bunny... Oh. I thought I made him have 100 health. Because, see? Health 200F. Maybe 20F? So it has 10 hearts? No? That's weird. Let's try this again. Hopefully this works here. So now this Killer Bunny is quite strong. You could probably win a fight against about 1 million wolves. In fact, let's see just how many wolves it would take to actually kill the Killer Bunny. Because, yeah, this Killer Bunny has outrageous amounts of health. So, it's really a question of, will the Killer Bunny kill the wolves, or will the wolves win? By the look of things, the wolves will win, because the Killer Bunny doesn't seem to be harming them at all. But even so, this guy is powerful. Okay, hold on. I need to add a boss bar here. Let's give it the ID that... let's see. Killer Bunny. Okay. Okay, so it looks like the wolves won that fight. And then again, the bunny wasn't exactly fighting them much. So let's just kill them all with the trident. Except I can't kill the baby. I cannot kill the baby. No matter what happens. You can't kill a baby wolf. It's just too cute. Here. Here. All these adult ones can get out of the way. I'm gonna keep the baby. In fact, can you tame a baby wolf? I don't know. Let's see. Yes, you can. Okay. I know exactly what to name this wolf. Well, this dog. This dog shall be named Plank. Because, yar! Somebody gotta walk the plank. Okay. Let's get Plank back to the safety of the overworld before I go messing around with more Killer Bunny stuff. Because that guy's gonna die if I don't move him. Come here, Plank. Here, boy. Okay. Plank, go into the portal, please. Okay. There we go. Let's now see where Plank went. There he is. Okay. Sit, Plank. Okay. He's not going to be able to teleport to me in the end, so he's perfectly safe right here. Plank the dog. Okay. With that out of the way, let's continue with making the Killer Bunny strong, powerful, and smart. So, this one redstone dust is going to control all of the Killer Bunny's different abilities. So first off, he is completely immune to arrows. So, if I take a bow and try to shoot an arrow, then it calls you a coward, and because arrows can't hurt him, and in fact, the arrows don't even hit him at all. So, however, I'm not entirely sure if this includes tipped arrows. Let me check that. Okay, it does include tipped arrows. So, you can't hit him with tipped arrows either. So, also, he has a very rare chance of striking you with lightning. So, here I have 3 randomizers all running at the same time, and If all three come out with the strong signal, then it activates this command block, which just summons a whole bunch of lightning bolts at the player. In fact, how about we set it like this? So, that is what would happen if that right there is what would happen if this randomizer here managed to strike you with lightning. So, that's another of the Killer Bunny's many abilities. Well, not very many abilities, but certainly enough to watch out for. Okay, the Killer Bunny just got ramped up just a little bit more. If you try to throw a splash potion on the Killer Bunny, like the damage bomb that you could get from the moon, then that is a mistake. You instantly get not only does the potion go away, it doesn't even hit the ground, but you get poisoned quite badly. And then struck by lightning. Wow, what a coincidence. Seriously, that was an outrageously huge coincidence. There is a chance of being struck by lightning, and looks like I just did. Wow. Now, the whole thing with being struck by lightning is not just a hindrance to the player, but it is also a boost for the Killer Bunny. So, if I just simulate the fact that that lightning was struck, then what would happen is, just like that, so now the Killer Bunny glows, it is stronger, and leaps higher. So, that is definitely something to watch out for, is the fact that now the Killer Bunny is outrageously strong. Even stronger than it was before. So, yeah, it can probably take on this pack of wolves pretty easily. Especially when it's ramped up like this. Now, the player in adventure mode is not going to have access to this many wolves. Uh-oh. Killed the Killer Bunny, would you look at that? Okay. Here we go. Let's now give the Killer Bunny some extra abilities. Let's put all of this together into one colossal fight. So, let's assume that somehow the player survived all of everything else that was happening. And now the Killer Bunny has just been summoned, and so I have resistance on me. So now let's go into survival mode and see what the fight against the Killer Bunny would actually look like. So, first off, he attacks pretty hard. I do of course have resistance because otherwise his attack would be absolutely insane. So now let's just say that we went, haha, I can just shoot this guy with an arrow. Nope, you can't shoot him with an arrow. So then you go, okay, fine, this guy hits really hard. Let's hit him with the splash potion of weakness. Nope, that also is not going to work. Instead, it's going to give you poison. So, and randomly there will be lightning that strikes, which will also buff this bunny up like crazy. So you'll get the strength effect, the glowing effect, and jump boost. I'm thinking also applying speed on top of that. So, good luck with that. Really, your best option is to go melee with the strongest sword you have, which will be the strongest that you... Oh my goodness, this dude is insane. So, anyways, and just hitting him with the sword is already gonna be quite challenging because he also jumps around randomly. So, I think really your best option is to set fire to him, if you can. I'm not sure if I should even give the player the ability to set fire to the Killer Bunny. In fact, I wonder if you can even do that in adventure at all. Nope. Okay, so even if you have flint and steel, you can't set fire to the Killer Bunny. So, even if you have like a splash potion of swiftness that you apply to yourself, nope, you get poison instead. So you get the Killer Bunny constantly trying to attack you. You have lightning that randomly strikes down, and you have a very strong and very hard to kill rabbit. I think this is a good final boss fight. Again, for the fact that there's so much, for the amount and challengingness of the puzzles before this, I think this is a good boss fight. Yeah, the only problem here is that the Killer Bunny is so focused on hopping around and trying to evade your sword that he doesn't actually attack much if you actually hit him. So, for that matter, that's actually one of the reasons why I have the random lightning strike. So, there you go. And let's see if I can actually kill this bunny. I don't think I can. Let's try with an arrow. Nope. I wonder, will a trident work? I should probably trident-proof this dude. Here. If I get a trident... Okay. Hold still. Okay. Okay. Apparently he's not trident-proof. I need to trident-proof that dude. So that way, if you have a trident, you can only use melee. Okay. I think that's a pretty good boss fight. And now, with the Killer Bunny power-ups activated, tridents cannot be thrown. At all. In fact, if I throw my emergency trident, it's not gonna do anything. It'll instantly be killed, and you'll get the message that ranged weapons cannot hurt the Killer Bunny. And same happens if you shoot an arrow, and if you shoot a splash potion, then you'll have the poison effect splashed on you. Also, on a clock, it will activate these randomizers, which I've modified slightly. So it's actually, I've increased the chance of having the lightning and the buffs being active. So if it happens, you get struck by lightning several times, and then you have the Killer Bunny gets strength level 5, glowing, also jump boost, and is this jump boost again? 2 jump boost? Let's change this to speed. There. So now, if this is activated, let me just summon the Killer Bunny real quick. Here we go. Now, let's say we have let's spawn the Killer Bunny in right here. There we go. And now, since we can't attack it with the trident, and we can't attack it with splash potions, we're unfortunately going to have to use the /kill command to manually kill the bunny. But here we go. Right now it is glowing, it has a jump boost, and it has speed. So, of course, trident is not going to be able to hurt him. So, here we go. Now let's see the buffed up bunny versus the wolf. Yeah. Let's see. 1 bunny versus 3 wolves. Of course, he'll damage himself. Okay, there we go. Now we got the lightning, and look how far he's jumping. Good grief. Maybe 2 bunnies versus 2 wolves. Okay. Yeah, those wolves stand no chance whatsoever. Alright. So, we can of course use the melee to attack the Killer Bunny. Okay, now we have the final boss fight. We have all the mobs leading up to the final boss fight. And now all we gotta do is put in the Questmaker office leading up before and afterwards. Okay, we now have a super awesome boss fight for after all of the puzzles and traps in the rest of the adventure map. I think this final boss fight is a good enough ending to this absolutely insane map. So we have the Killer Bunny's chief guards, quote unquote. So that's 2 withers, or actually 3 withers, and then you have to fight then you have King Wololo, which is who is a evoker who can summon Vindicators and Vexes. And also, then after fighting King Wololo, you then fight 2 random mixes of mobs, which are pretty insane mixtures. Things like Illusioners, Phantoms, Shulkers, all sorts of mobs. And then after that, you then get lured into fighting an Ender Dragon, followed by possibly fighting another Ender Dragon, as well as another Wither. And then you finally get to fight the Killer Bunny, who has all sorts of different abilities. So if we power this on real quick, the Killer Bunny isn't just any ordinary bunny. He's a bunny who has 200 health. Way more than an ordinary rabbit. This here is the Killer Bunny, who has way more health than you can imagine, hits ridiculously hard, and so some extra little things about the Killer Bunny is that he is completely immune to arrows, he's completely immune to tridents, and will also kind of will basically insult the player who tries to shoot those things at him. Why is he running in place like that? That's weird. Anyways, he is also immune to potions, splash or lingering potions, and says, nice try, have some poison. So combine that with the possibility of lightning to strike the player, followed by the Killer Bunny getting insane power boosts, an insane power boost. Let's see if we can actually simulate this happening. So let's do /set block at those coordinates, the redstone block. And so, you get struck by lightning, followed by the Killer Bunny getting all sorts of abilities. Things like extra strength, as if it was really necessary, glowing. It also makes him jump higher and jump faster. So, wolves, by the way, hate bunnies, and rabbits will attack back. So, check this out. This rabbit is basically invincible now, and also hits extremely hard, and jumps high. Basically, when you get struck by lightning, the Killer Bunny gets power-ups that are just insane. I forgot. There we go. The power-ups get insane, and he's basically unbeatable. But when you do beat him, then there will be some dialogue, and the portal will then open up and allow you back to the overworld. So, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please let me know, and I will see you next episode for the final bit of the adventure map, as well as all of the connecting pathways and rockets to get to the different places. So, I'll see you then.